Alright guys, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm on my computer, as you guys see here. Rep Fitness just announced something called the 3D Rack Builder, and I'm excited to try it out. I was going to try it out actually by myself, but I thought might as well go ahead and try it out on camera just to give you guys my first impressions excuse me, on this rack builder. Kind of play around with it and see if I was going to order a rack today, what would I order? And by the way, they're doing 10% off. Let me go ahead and show you guys my screen here. They're doing 10% off. Sale runs Monday 8/1, August 1st to August 5th. And that is 12 o'clock, or basically right before midnight Mountain Standard Time. So, and it says the Aries cable attachment is not eligible. So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead, click on try now and see what we get. So first and foremost, by the way, if you guys are new to the channel, I have behind me a Rep Fitness PR 5000 V2, or 5000 I guess they call it now. I don't know if they call it V2 still. But basically I started it towards the beginning of the pandemic, a few months after the pandemic started. And I've had a great time with it. Personally, I've never ran into any problems with it so far. So really happy about it. I've dropped 500 pounds on it from a squat position, and it was able to catch it, and I was able to come out of it alive. So it has really been very impressive so far, and I'm very impressed with its performance. And so that's why I'm always advocating for Rep Fitness, because I've tried it before, and I know it's cheaper than its competitors, or more affordable than its competitors, I should say. But the quality is right up there with them, if not better, in my opinion. Now, of course, they're made in China, so that's why they could keep their prices low. So anyways, let's go ahead and see what this website is all about. So you have an Aries attachment here. Build my Aries. You have your PR 5000 power rack. You could build it here. And 1,000-pound rackable capacity. And then PR 4000 also has 1,000-pound rackable capacity. So that is interesting. I guess there's no difference between the PR 5000 and the PR 4000. But I mean, there's of course, several differences between them, with the hole spacing, with the pinholes, things like that. But I would honestly think that the PR 5000 would have a larger capacity, or a heavier capacity, I should say, than the PR 4000 power rack. So anyways, then they have the Apollo half rack, 2-inch hole spacing, 1-inch pinholes. Okay, and obviously it's a lot smaller. Very good if you have a small space. And then there's the Omni power rack, which is a highly customizable power rack, 2-inch hole spacing, 1-inch pinholes, and 1,000-pound rackable capacity. And it has a flat foot base, which is secure and stable and removes the need to bolt it down. So I guess basically from here you go off of what you need. If you are getting the PR 5000, you are kind of getting the, I would say, top of the line, kind of the heaviest duty rack that they have. Although I guess they all hold the same amount. They all have 1,000-pound rackable capacity. So really, I don't know what the difference is anymore, to be honest. But if you want something a little bit kind of, I guess, with smaller pinholes, or just kind of smaller bolts, then go with the PR 4000. If you want something with space saving, or if you have a really small space and you don't want to take up too much space with your rack, get the Apollo half rack. And if you don't want to bolt your rack down but want stability, I would prefer the Omni power rack. Now, I'll go through the Aries attachment later, but let's go ahead and do my PR 5000 and see what comes up here. So first it takes obviously a little bit of time to load. Oh, I didn't know they had a 30-day money back guarantee. Nice. Well, that's good to know. So first you choose your rack height. My height is 93. I personally love the 93-inch rack. It feels very spacious in there. My thing is, I do not want to feel claustrophobic in the rack. I want to feel like I have enough space. I'm not going to bump into anything. I'm not going to run into anything, and I can do overhead press. Now, if you're in the basement, or if you're a garage, or wherever you have your gym has a low ceiling, of course, go with the 80-inch because it will give you a lot more clearance. Clear coat is out of stock, and orange is out of stock. I might do white. Let's see. Red looks good. Blue looks good. Honestly, even the green looks good. But just for this purpose, I would do white. If the clear coat was available, I would of course do the clear coat. I love the clear coat on my rack. So I would have done that. Rack depth. Now I guess this is kind of a personal preference, but I like the 41-inch rack or depth just because of the same thing I said earlier. I don't like to feel too claustrophobic. So there's that. Crossmember color. Interesting. Black, red, blue. They also have a clear coat. Ooh, white with clear coat might look good. You could have a white on white, a matte black. Let's just say clear coat. Clear coat cross members. Weight storage. Let's see the price here. So $400 for the cross members. So about $90 more for the clear coat. Keep that in mind. Let's see if the. I'm assuming. So it's $400 for the 41-inch rack. It's $400 for a 30-inch rack, and or cross members. I mean, basically depth. And then 16-inch, you can't even get the clear coat. So same price for the 30 and the 41-inch. So you might as well go big if you have the space for it. Weight storage, yes, I love the weight storage. But why is it in black? Okay, here's the options for it. Weight storage upright color, let's choose white. Weight storage depth, 16-inch. We don't want it too big. You could actually have 41-inch. Whoa. Interesting. Wow. This is so smooth, by the way. I'm scrolling and it is looking very good. So, by the way, I'm actually thinking about it. 2 racks like this might not be a bad idea. You could have people squatting or benching on different parts of the rack on the 2 different ends. Have the little center cross member just kind of for separation purposes. But this really doesn't look too bad if you have the space for it. And if you work out with somebody else that kind of uses different weights than you, maybe they're a lot weaker or stronger than you, or I shouldn't say weaker or stronger, but lift heavier or lighter than you, I should say, just to not sound mean. But for this specific purpose, I'm going to go with 16-inch because I usually lift kind of solo. Weight, storage, cross member color, there is no clear coat. Let's go with red then. Cross member, I'm going to go with red. Save us a few bucks too. Weight storage horns, out of stock. Dang it. I would have definitely gotten those if I had the option to. That's what I have on my rack. As you guys see behind me, it's very helpful. Keeps your gym organized. I highly recommend them if you're able to get them. But as you guys saw, it is out of stock. You could get a compact or a regular cross member. A logo plate cross member. I think I would just go with this one for $20 more. I would probably go with that one. Pull-up bar. I messed up and got the 2-inch standard. And every single time I do pull-ups, my forearms burn more than anything else. So I think it's a good thing because my forearms are weak. It helps a lot with your grip. But again, this is a personal preference. $10 cheaper to go with the smaller one, easier to grip. Or you could do this one that has a multi-grip. You could do a globe grip, which is kind of nice. And a raw 1.25 inch. What is that? This is bare steel for a more secure grip and the best feel due to the pitted texture. Requires less chocks and provides a premium aesthetic. Blah blah blah. I might do that. I mean, all of these are nice, to be honest. But just to save space, I'll probably do this one. I don't really do too much pull-ups. If you're a calisthenics kind of guy or a gal, or if you do a lot of pull-ups, or you have a lot of things to do with this, obviously you could pick and choose whatever you want. But for me, I would just do the raw 1.25 inch. I like the strap safeties, but honestly, if I could choose again, I would get the flip down safeties. I kind of like the look of them a little bit more. They look really good. The reason why strap safeties are nice though is they're very adjustable. So you could get it to the perfect spot where when you're bench pressing, as soon as you touch your chest, you're kind of putting tension on the strap as well. It's not putting enough tension to kind of take away from the lift, or when you're squatting, you kind of touch it or graze it, not enough to really give you a push back up or change momentum, but just enough that if you fail, you know it's going to catch you without having to basically throw so much momentum onto the straps. But I like the flip downs because they have the pinholes on the side and you could attach things to them as well. And I think they look a little bit better too, to be honest. J-cups, I would do... oh, they don't have the combo anymore. They used to have kind of a combo that you could do where you get the standard and the lowered. But if I were to get it again, I might do the flat sandwich. Honestly, I think that looks good. What's the price difference? $60, $130. Is it worth it? I mean, it looks good. I mean, why not? Let's see how much it comes out to. Right now, we're at a total of $17.19.90, so about $17.20. And this is with no attachments or anything like that. I'm trying to add my attachments. So we've got our rack built out. Now I'm trying to find out if I can add attachments. Seems like that is not working, so not too sure what is going on there. And you could view in your space. Whoa. Scan the QR code with a camera app on your mobile device. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've been messing around with it for quite a bit, and it's a little bit clunky. So that little view in your space thing kind of doesn't work too well. So yeah, that's kind of what I would do. You could obviously mess around with it, see if you could change it, and actually it keeps all of your selections the same. So wow, changing it from 80 to, or 93 to 80 changes the price by almost $700. Oh my god. So I don't know, now that I think about it, if I was on a budget, I would definitely go 80. That's more than enough, at least to do your squat, bench, and if you want to deadlift in it, you could do that as well. You probably have to go on the outside to do any kind of overhead things, especially if you're tall. But if you're on a budget, you could cut a lot of the cost, almost 50% of the cost, just by going 80 inch instead of a 93. So that is that. Either way, this video could take up a really, really long time, but I hope they get this add your attachments thing figured out, so that way it's a lot easier. Now, one thing I'm really curious about is this, build my Aries, and to see how that is, because they just came out with the pre-order for the cable attachment to basically make that little lat pull down system a cable system or selectorized pin system. And if you have a current lat and lower, you could also just upgrade to, I think it's like $850 to upgrade if you already have a lat and lower attachment. So this thing looks pretty cool. Aries plus rack. Aries plus weight storage. Aries. Oh, I see what they're saying. Okay, they're kind of making it like see-through if you don't order the rack. It's just kind of the cables and the weight system. Basically the handles, the cables, and the weights. Aries plus rack, you get the rack with it and the cables. And then Aries plus weight storage, you don't get the front cross or the front uprights, but you get everything else. So I think if I were to get one, it would probably be this right here, the Aries plus weight storage. If you already have a 4-post rack or 6-post rack, you don't need the other uprights. So let's see if I add that. Rack height 93 inch, rack depth 41 plus 16. I have clear coat uprights, but let's just say black. What's the cheapest one? I guess they're all the same price. So I'll just do black. Black for that. They're all the same price for that as well. Weight storage horns, I don't need those. Weight stack upgrade. This will add 50 pounds to each weight stack, making the total weight 310 pounds or 620 pounds total. Wow. There are 4 incremental 2.5 pound weights included for micro adjustments and is not visually seen. Okay, so 310 pounds. I don't need that right now. I don't know if you could add it later, but almost $3,300 for this cable system. So if you're balling on a budget, you could definitely do that. They also have this thing right here, which is financing on card values $650 plus with Affirm. So if you're looking to finance something, I think they do 0%. Don't quote me on that, but I think they do 0%. But yeah, for me personally, I currently am not rich enough to buy this. So let's go ahead and go back. I would probably just do exactly what I did. And I think, testing out the whole rep rack builder, which by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it in the beginning, but it's going to be linked in the description if you want to try it out for yourself. I think it's a great tool, especially when you first start your home gym, because it gives you a visualization what you want your rack to look like at the end of the day with different color configurations. And they actually looked pretty accurate based off what I saw, and they look really, really good. It's very smooth when you kind of pan around and you try to look at it in a 360-degree kind of way. So I think it looks great. I think it's a great tool, and I think you should take advantage of the 10% off. Hopefully they get their attachment thing fixed up and so that you could use it. Let me know if you guys can use it, and if it's just messed up for myself, let me know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this long video. If you guys stuck around for this long, go ahead and like the video, subscribe if you're new, and inshallah I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.